Hello, friends,
Hello, boils and ghouls.
and welcome to another edition of the Horror Experience.
Ha 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 ha.
We start you off with sound effects already this evening, folks.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of the Horror Experience. This episode is a little bit different than our other ones.
Yeah, a little bit.
This episode will have a little bit of true crime,
Mm-hmm.
and it will also kind of squash some of the theories that the other movies have put out.
Yeah, just a few.
Let's turn this up just a tad. Hello. Okay. Now, let us do our... Okay, our noise cancellation is on, folks. Again, welcome to the Horror Experience. Trying to get our notes together here.
I tried to get organized.
Yes, this has been quite a strange week as well.
Indeed.
So please bear with us. We're going to get into some news here in a minute, and we do have something new that we're going to give to you this evening, folks. But before we do, I am your host for this evening. I am the Butcher. And across from me, my distinguished colleague, a man who needs no introduction. You may now book him for your kids' birthday parties who are acting up, who do not want to pay attention, who are, how would you say?
Little
I don't know.
delinquent
Yeah, a
bastards.
little bit of delinquent. You, ladies and gentlemen, you can now book him and he will whip them into shape, my friend, Mr. Schizo the Clown.
You will obey me.
And you shall obey the whistle.
Oh.
Not only that, folks, you just heard the horn. And with last week's episode, how we had kind of reviewed damn it.
Plankenstein.
Almost said it again.
The killer
Almost said
surfboard.
plankton again. Ow! Damn it. Oh. Folks, I'm sorry.
We have a knee injury on the
Yes,
episode.
this past week I blew my knee out. And I've got a brace on, and it's okay, but if I move it a certain way, it hurts. So if you hear me say a random ow shit in the middle of the episode, I moved my knee wrong. I apologize. Yes, I keep wanting to say plankton, but it is not plankton, it is Plankenstein. But we did discover something last week that I think that we're going to keep going.
Yes.
And that is the horn of approval. We have the chopping block, folks,
Yes, we do.
which we're going to do tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have the horn of approval.
Correct.
So when we like something or something is in the news, it shall get the horn of approval. So Plankenstein got the horn of approval.
Yes, it did. It deserved it.
And that was something that we heard that, this past week when we listened to it, we thought, dude, that's fucking funny as shit.
Yes, it is.
Let's give shit the horn of approval or the chopping block. So that's something that we've added, folks. We're going to give the horn of approval. Horn of approval. Moving on, folks, and some news for this evening. There's not a whole lot of news to give, but we'll give you a little bit.
Just a little bit.
This news in the beginning is kind of sad.
Oh.
And I hate to announce this, but we're hoping this could change. This past week, of course, in the other episodes, in prior episodes, we had mentioned, and even on our Facebook page, that the uncut versions of Friday the 13th Part 7 had been found.
Right.
And we rallied for that to be released.
Yes, we did.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, here we go.
news this week that says there will be no release
Of course.
Friday the 13th Part 7 due to some past agreements. Now, what these agreements are... Ow! Damn it, I gotta quit bending my knee like that. What those agreements are, folks, we do not know. All it says is because of past agreements, this cannot be released. Supposedly, there were 2 tapes recovered from someone that was on set that had access to this film, but to some prior agreement, this cannot be released. Folks,
lame.
I don't exactly know what I would like to know.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
If there was anyone out there who is listening to this right now that knows the person, that knows someone, that knows someone, that knows someone, that can get it down the chain of command of why this cannot be released, we would like to know.
Seriously, because damn, that thing will make so much money.
This is the version that the fans want to see. This is the version that the fans have been wanting to see.
It's the version we fucking deserve.
The version that put Kane Hodder on the map.
Praise him.
The version that once we knew there was a more violent version of this, and we saw the character and the how would you say, the persona that Kane Hodder brought to the table, that we wanted to see. Now it's been uncovered. We got clips.
Ooh,
on the first box set that came out. There is a disc in there that is just complete. That's just full of extras.
Nice.
And some of those extras have some clips that were cut from Part 7. And we've all said, damn, I wish we could see the entire film. But it's probably gone forever. And then all of a sudden somebody unveils that they have it, but they can't release it because of some fucking agreement. Come on, man.
Fuck that agreement.
What is this agreement?
What are they gonna do?
What is this agreement, and why can it not be met, and why can we not work something out in the future?
Yeah.
Folks, this is what we want to know. If you can put us in touch with somebody that knows the deal with this, let's all try and work together to get an agreement made so we can get this released, folks. I don't know about you, but I am telling you personally, I would absolutely love to see an uncut version, the director's cut of Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Yes, most definitely.
There would be, I mean, if that were to come up on Amazon, or this is up for pre-order, the finally released set, this is up for pre-order, price would be no option.
No.
Price would be no option.
Yeah, that definitely gets...
That is the horn of approval, folks. We need to try and get this released. If anybody out there, and we know that there's a lot of people that listen to us, there's a lot of people that listen to us that maybe not so much subscribe.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
There's a lot of people that, look, somebody's got to know somebody that knows somebody. If anybody out there knows somebody that can get in touch with whoever has this or whoever's got the strings that can pull together, we need to get this done.
Yeah.
We need to get this version of Friday the 13th, Part 7 released. This is very, very important, folks. Keep in mind, let me repeat myself. If you didn't hear me, there is a version of this movie that has not been released. We all saw the theatrical version of this.
Yep.
It was good for its time. It was good for what it was when it came out. We all first saw it for the first time. We all got introduced to Kane Hodder.
Yes, we did.
Who in the hell is this Jason? Holy shit, he's big and he's pissed off.
Yeah.
Who is this guy that's playing him? Holy shit. Brought a brand new, how would you say, personality?
Yeah, definitely gave Jason new
to
life.
Jason Voorhees. And I think is probably one, if not the fan favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could all agree.
Yeah.
And there is a version of this Part 7 which has a lot more violence, has a lot more gore, has more scenes of Jason unmasked
Oh, man.
than what we got. and also has a better ending. Now, I have seen the better ending. The ending is still kind of, I mean, they could have done something better.
Right.
But the ending that they originally filmed, I'll tolerate it.
Right. He'll bite.
We need to get this released. We really do, folks. Trust, please. If anybody knows anybody, if we can all rally together, if anybody has any kind of information, if anyone can lend any kind of help for this, please let us know.
Yes.
So we can rally together to get this released. This really needs to be released. I don't know what kind of agreement was made. If someone can find out, I would like to know. Perhaps we could work something out to get around it. Somebody could be
help us out.
Yes, this is a family. Let's rally together and try and get. Look, would you like to see an uncut version of Part 7?
Of course.
That's the question of the night. Ask yourself right now,
right,
while you're listening to this, would I like to see an uncut version of Friday the 13th Part 7? Your answer is probably, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. Help us.
Yes, come on now.
Help us let's try and get this released. Without going on to a whole damn, we could probably do a whole damn episode on Friday the 13th Part 7.
Probably so, yeah.
Which we probably end up doing, but the whole part of the unreleased version.
Yeah.
There's really not a whole hell of a lot of news that's been coming out. I got a couple more things, and then we're going to get right into our episode, folks. This is not really horror news, but more music news. But here on the Horror Experience, we're huge fans of heavy metal music and music.
Yeah.
Connie Burton, the last surviving member, I think, of the Burton family, has passed away this week.
Oh, damn.
Of the sister of the late, great Cliff Burton, bassist for Metallica. Probably one of the greatest bass players to ever damn live.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, she passed away this past week. I know she had a GoFundMe there for a while to try to fund some medical bills for whatever was going on with her. We'd found out that she had been, I don't know why, and I think you had read that she had been cut out of the Burton will. We don't know why.
Shit. What?
The estate, I don't know. I don't have the details on that, folks. I don't have the details on that. That's something we read. It could be wrong. It could be bullshit. I don't know.
No, it's not bullshit.
It's okay. The wife said it is not bullshit. She had been cut out of the Burton estate will.
Crazy.
I don't know why. She has passed away. So I mean, that's like pretty much. It is what it is. The last surviving member of the Burton family.
Yeah.
Those who are Metallica fans, of course, early Metallica fans like I am. I started listening to Metallica. Okay, you always said in this podcast, I wasn't going to say how old I was, but this is about to just give it away. I started listening to Metallica when Ride the Lightning was out. So,
I mean,
I got Master of Puppets for my birthday when it came out that year. So,
right.
Okay, you know what? I'm old. Go fuck yourself. It happens. What am I going to do to stop it? I can't stop it. I wish I could. I wish I could stop it and go back, but I cannot.
Oh.
So here I am. But either way, yeah, that's some sad news. And one more thing before we begin, folks.
One more thing.
My distinguished colleague, I don't know if has heard of this yet.
Oh, God.
You're a fan of Puppet Master, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, who's not a fan of the original? I mean, there was a lot of, it's kind of like Amityville and everything else. There were some Puppet Masters that came out that were kind of like, okay, that, it needs to stop. That were a bit ridiculous, like the first few.
Right.
Like really good. Here we go. Blumhouse.
Oh, hell.
To reboot the Puppet Master.
Why? So he can get kicked off another damn project like The Exorcist? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, here we go.
Come on now. Like,
it's, look,
Okay.
that's a series that don't need to be rebooted.
No.
And even if you did, that's the last person you want to give it to.
No shit. He needs to be blacklisted like a motherfucker.
I mean, I don't understand why that name keeps coming up.
Right. I mean, dude, like his downfall was literally Halloween. Like once he made that Halloween Ends, his career started going in the fucking toilet.
And that's how the whole thing was, excuse me, folks. When the Halloween Ends and he built it up, I think fans will appreciate that. I think this is what the fans want. I think this is what... And I watched it. No, we didn't ask for that. We didn't... What part of that movie did you think that the fans wanted to fucking see? What?
Yeah, let's...
We're going to move on.
Let's
folks,
move on.
We're going to save that for our Halloween episode. I just bit my knee the wrong way. And that's how tense that just got, folks. You know what? Let's get right into it.
That's right.
Folks,
Sifting through the notes.
welcome to the Ed Gein episode. Now, this is one of the first episodes like this that we have done because we have covered basically all horror films.
Yes, we have.
And we gave you bits and pieces of some true crime along the way, but we have not given you real true crime like we're going to give you tonight, folks. This is the Ed Gein episode. This was actually originally supposed to be episode 2.
Yeah.
But we all see how that went.
Uh-huh.
Episode 2 ended up being Blair Witch, and here we are how many episodes later. And now we're doing Ed Gein, folks, and for good reason. Now, excuse me, I don't have a cough button like some people do. Today is an anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, we had been so wrapped up in this, I had totally forgot about that, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I should just jump right into that because I have all the knowledge in my head. But I said, this cannot be fair to my co-host here if I just say, you know what, dude, wait, he pulls up tonight, we're like, hey, man, we're not going to do Ed Gein, we're going to do Texas Chainsaw 2.
But I haven't watched Chainsaw 2 in research yet.
We're going to cover that one later. But yes, this is the anniversary of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But this kind of falls into the same thing, if you will.
Right, by definition.
But we're going to open this with a little true crime with some facts, and then we're going to get into the Netflix series that was a total bust. Which may remind you that there is a new Netflix series, the Monster series that we are referring to, that started off with the Menendez brothers. It went into Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein, who we are talking about tonight, and it is going into the Lizzie Borden story, which is coming out next month, I think September.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to tune into that. I, for one, will not.
Yeah, I'm on that boat.
I mean, it's like look, and we're going to tell you why. She killed her parents with an axe. That's pretty much the extent of it. I don't know how much they're going to draw that out and how much bullshit they're going to put in it to draw it out.
Yeah.
And that's why we're getting into this Ed Gein. It's because of the bullshit that they put in it to draw it out. Let's get into this so there's no more confusion. The Ed Gein case was something that I had heard about growing up. And I didn't get like a lot of details of it. I just heard bits and pieces. And
Right.
that's what Toby Hooper, in the last episode that we just covered, and I understand that there's one more thing. Before we get into it, folks, I do have to mention this. The chainsaw episode, I know I got a bit carried away.
A little intense.
I got a bit, angry, and I kind of lost it there for a little bit, folks. Listen, That's my favorite movie of all time. I'm very passionate about that movie, and I I I lost it.
First of all, you all
Um,
out there, I know, have a movie that y'all are just as passionate about as my host here. So if you want
oh
to give
yes.
him shit about it, suck me.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm just saying. We've warned you coming into this podcast. It is raw, it is unfiltered, and we tell you how it is.
Yep.
Um, and of course, as always, spoiler alerts.
Oh yeah, filled with.
But there are some films. Chainsaw is one of those films that I am very passionate about. My colleague is very passionate about certain films. I am passionate about certain films. That when we get into it, we are going to fucking unload.
Oh yeah.
So if you are sensitive, if you do
Understatement.
not have a thick skin, don't listen to it. As a matter of fact, here we go. Ed Gein. This is we're going to start off with true crime. We're going to tell you the actual story of Mr. Ed Gein. And then we're going to go into, we have done this before. It's called the chopping block. You all have heard of it.
Yep.
That was kind of hard to kind of advertise in the same page, if you
Yeah.
will. So what we're going to do, we're bringing you true crime. We're going into the Ed Gein episode, what they got wrong. The Ed Gein episode, folks, is on the chopping block
Yes, it is.
because it was complete trash. If you have not seen it, it is complete garbage. If you are interested in the Gein case, those of you who have seen it, you know it's
Oh, yeah.
garbage. I mean, there may be someone out there like, I don't know, but we're about to get into it. Here we go. Ow, just bit my knee the wrong way again. Okay, and here we go. Folks, Ed Gein. That is a true story. Okay. You've all seen the movies, you've all seen the headlines, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre for one. What happened was true. Okay. That movie was loosely based
Oh yeah.
on the man that we're about to talk about. Psycho, loosely based.
Yes.
Silence of the Lambs, loosely based. And we're
Yeah.
all going to get into that. But folks, right now we are going to get into the actual man himself. His name was Ed Gein. He was born August 27th, 1906, and he died July 26th of 1984. He was 77 years old.
Damn.
And he lived his remaining days in the Mendota that's all, folks. We always have that. Mendota Mental Health Institution in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Which is where these crimes happened, was in Wisconsin. But you got to think a different time, folks.
Understatement.
This happened in Plainfield, Wisconsin, which was back then very rural. Very, very,
Like
a lot of farmland, a lot of stretched out,
Nothing land.
very, very small towns. It's not like it is now. The Gein property is still there. It is gated off. I heard it went up for auction. As far as I know, nobody owns it. I don't know. Someone could own it. I wish we could own it. The Gein property.
It was up for sale not that long ago.
Yeah, it has come up for option numerous times. But let's get into this, folks. Mr. Gein, his parents, and we're going to get into this more. Augusta Gein was his mother.
Crazy bitch.
George Gein was his father. His brother was Henry Gein. Of course, died mysteriously, which there's still a lot of debate to this day, folks. If you think about the times, now, Ed was born 1906. Now, if you think about the times there were no real forensics. There were no. There was
there was
sure
jack
as hell
shit.
no DNA.
Yeah.
There was really no fingerprint. Anything. I mean, it was justice was really
He
what
said,
you
she
see.
said, yeah.
And his brother Henry, had died mysteriously. Ed had said it was like a hunting accident thing. I know the field had caught on fire.
Oh, hell.
They had come to put it out. He goes, and Ed said, I don't know what happened. I kind of lost him, blah, blah, blah. They put the fire out and found his body with a wound to his head.
Oh, shit.
But really didn't link it to Ed.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ed kind of said it was a hunting accident. I don't know what happened.
Right.
Then the field mysteriously caught on fire beside the house. They found it.
Right.
Folks, you could draw your own conclusions. We don't know. I mean, it's still to this day, we don't know. I mean, okay, in a jury, you could say Ed was guilty. But we weren't there. We don't know.
Right, I'm about to say, you can't, and then
And
time you
all
can't
the
prove
facts lead to it.
Right.
Just like this. Oh, Lord, do I want to get into this damn Clancy? No, we're not going to get into that, folks. We're just going to move on. We're going to move on.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Ed's nicknames back then. The Godfather of Gore was possibly one, not really documented, but possibly one. The Ghoul of Plainfield, the Butcher of Plainfield, and the Plainfield Ghoul. Just to name a few. Now, Ed was also considered a serial killer. Now,
Bullshit.
that's debatable. His victims, and we can say this for a fact, folks, this is a fact. The two people that he killed
Officially.
were Mary Hogan, she was a bar owner, and Bernice Warden. She worked at the hardware store. Those are the only two murders he is connected to.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only two, folks. Now you say to yourself, okay, why are you debating this? And I will tell you this. And we're going to get into it. Because when they arrested him originally, they found, like you said, like we said originally, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre loosely based.
Very much so.
And we said in the other episode, what did we say? There was no family, it didn't happen in Texas, and there was no chainsaw. What does that tell you? The rest of it was true, meaning the house full of bones.
Yep.
And all the decorative. Yes, folks, they found that. They found that. So you say to yourself, well, hell, okay, so there's so many bones in this. How do you get... Folks, he was a grave robber.
Yep.
If you're going to convict him of anything that he did constantly, more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we don't know how many times, he robbed graves.
Yes, he did.
In the same cemetery his mother was buried, which is Plainfield Cemetery in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what I have here before I go too far, because I wrote these notes down a long time ago. Ed grew up. That was a different time, folks. Now I do know that I've noticed that a lot of our listeners are a little bit older. I think they're a little bit around our age, so they probably understand.
Uh-huh.
We probably have some younger listeners that don't understand. So I'm going to try to break this down for you as far as I can. Because the Netflix series got, how would we say, probably 6, 7 out of 10 things wrong.
Right.
But there were other movies that didn't get everything necessarily right as well. It just the Netflix series really took it out of. I mean, they really blew it out of proportion.
Yeah, they really went to the left field with that one.
So we're going to explain to you a little more about Ed, then we'll get into this. Ed Gein grew up in a different time.
Yeah.
Back then, and you had your parents and they had their kids, but the parents did not sleep in the same bed at that time. They slept in separate beds, folks. This was a time before television. Really, I mean, all you had was radio to listen to, and things were very limited. His father, George Gein, was a major alcoholic, which led to some tension in the family. His mother, Augusta, was very, very, how would you say, religious woman, but she was very domineering.
Yeah.
When his father passed away from his drinking issues, and then, of course, Henry, the sudden loss of his brother Henry, and we still, to this day, Ed was not, folks, let me repeat myself, was never charged with that murder. Okay. As to this day, Henry just died of whatever, in the fire, whatever the case may be. They did find a wound on his head, which, yes, in today's criminology, if it would be very suspicious.
Yep.
Back then, Ed was not charged with it. Okay. So, that left Ed and his mother all to themselves. Rural farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere in Plainfield, Wisconsin, folks. At that time, like we said before, very spread out. Like, say you get out into your mountain towns here, you get out into your country towns, and it's a house every so often, and it's just all field and woods, and it's
Heaven
same
on earth.
thing here. So, very isolated. Ed's mother at the time, like we said, was one of those religious people. And those of you who don't understand, I'll try to break it down to you the best that I can. Yeah, let me adjust this knee brace. Okay. You seen the movie Carrie, the original Carrie film?
Yeah.
The mother was a very domineering woman. She was a very, in her religious beliefs. Augusta Gein was the same thing, but you also have to understand the times back then. It was a different time.
Yeah.
It was the early 1900s. Augusta Gein had grown up, and she had believed and taught Ed that all women were filthy harlots. In other words, they were all whores, and they were here to do the devil's work, and you are to stay away from them. You are to lead. Here we go. My list now getting on. Would you like to say anything to the fans? She is not interested in the people, and we are moving on. She saw all women as whores. They are all filthy harlots. They are all doing the devil's work. Ed, you stay away from them.
Right.
She kept Ed isolated. Ed knew nothing really outside of that house. He grew to adore his mother. That's all he knew.
Yeah.
His mother adored him in a way. But you could say it was kind of maybe borderline psychotic, maybe sort of. If you think about it, and we're going to get into it more. If you hear some noise in the background, folks, that is my love. You all know. We don't have to explain it anymore. You hear weird noise in the background. It's the damn cat, and
That's
she's
right.
playing with her toy. So there you go. The movies that were based on Ed, just breaking into this. Deranged, a very good film,
Good and disturbing at the same
loosely
time.
based, accurate but not accurate. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, Silence of the Lambs. Now you think Silence of the Lamb, Hannibal Lecter? No.
Nope.
The character, Wild Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Oh, Buffalo Bill. Sorry. I said Wild Bill.
Goodbye, horses.
Clerks 2. Ding, ding. Oh.
Yeah. I'd fuck me. I'd fuck
Okay,
me
but
hard.
this is about to get odd, folks. We're moving on. Movies that are based on Ed Gein, and I will tell you, folks, one of the best ones to see. Now, Deranged is a very, very, very good film.
Yes, it is.
One of the classics, if not probably one of the first that was really based on the actual case. Psycho, you say, well, that was probably before Deranged, and yes, but that was also loosely based.
Hello, mother.
Elements of the Ed Gein case, if you will. If you want to get into the hard case itself. I'm sorry, folks. She's just going on about her little things.
She's in her own little world.
She's in her own little world. In the Light of the Moon, which was originally titled Ed Gein, that came out in 2000, folks. I will tell you, I have seen all of these movies, and that movie that I just mentioned, the only place that you can get this film is on eBay.
Oh, shit.
And it is probably the most, if not the most accurate film out there. It also includes, that I had never seen at the time, for the first time, the actual black and white footage at the beginning and the end of the film of Ed Gein's arrest.
Oh, shit.
When he actually got arrested, folks, that is correct. You get the actual black and white footage, as well as very small interviews with the people in town and the neighbors that knew him.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then the other movie, Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield, in 2007. Now, folks, I'm going to go ahead and warn you. We all love Kane Hodder,
Yes, we do.
okay? But they cast him to play Ed Gein in that film. Now, if you want to watch it, go right ahead. I'm not telling you that don't watch it, but I'm just telling you right now. To know Ed Gein and to know the case and to know who he was and to watch that film, it's like night and day, because you're getting Kane Hodder, the big, monstrous, damn machine that he is,
Yeah.
play the role of a very small,
Timid.
kind of timid old man that was Ed, and put Jason Voorhees kills in it. It just, I'm sorry. If you're into that for the fun and nostalgia and just let's have a fun time and watch it, by all means, watch it. I get into it for the accuracy of the film and the, let's not stretch this out and
Yeah.
make a bunch of shit up. It's true crime. Let's tell the story.
Yeah.
Let's tell the actual true story, because the Ed Gein story is disturbing enough
Yeah. Understatement.
that we don't have to make anything up. There's not a whole hell lot of a backstory to tell for him. And that's where the Netflix series got it wrong, because they made up a bunch of shit to fill in the gaps. Okay, I get it, it's Hollywood, but if you can't do it accurately, then just don't do it.
Right. Or just make it short like it needed to be.
Yeah, make it short and sweet. But In the Light of the Moon, it is called, now you can look up In the Light of the Moon, but the movie is called Ed Gein. The director of that film was Chuck Perrello. The man that played Ed Gein was Steve Railsback. Now, he looked the part and he played the part. If you can find this film, this is the only place that I have found it is on eBay. I highly recommend that film. Out of all of them, that is the best one to get. Again, original, if you look it up, In the Light of the Moon, Ed Gein is what it's called now. When you look at the cover, it will say Ed Gein, but the release for that will be in the year 2000. Director Chuck Perrello, and Ed Gein was the guy that played Ed Gein was Steve Railsback. So you can find that one, folks. I'm telling you, that is the most accurate one.
Kick its ass.
She's we're talking into the Ed Gein Butcher of Plainfield, like we said before, was the director of that was Michael Pfeiffer, and it starred Kane Hodder, and it wasn't good for just the reasons that we told you. I mean, good. I'm not saying don't watch it. It's like it wasn't a horrible movie. It's just if you understand who Ed was,
then it was just wrong.
Yeah, it was. Kane Hodder's too brutal,
too big
of a guy to play Ed Gein, and the kills that I saw were just like, dude, that's a Jason Voorhees kill.
Because
Ed would have never done that. He wasn't strong enough to do it.
He wasn't big or strong. He was very timid.
Yes. So yes, beware of the Gein movie. Deranged is a very good film, folks. If you haven't seen that, please.
Yeah, you need to see that.
It is loosely based, and you will see that. It's kind of delivered as a documentary,
for the better
mockumentary, if you will. The names are changed. It was Ezra Cobb, and everything. So, but very loosely based. The ending is not correct. Of that film, what actually happened and how he got that was not correct. But still, that movie was it's fucking classic, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking classic. Psycho.
Hello,
1960. Director of Alfred Hitchcock. Anthony Perkins playing the role of Norman Bates. Ed Gein. Again.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get more into Psycho. Well, we're actually going to cover the movie.
I'll say when we cover Psycho,
we're actually going to cover Psycho. But just a little note for you.
Yeah, a little sample
to give you a sample. Psycho was the first film to, how would you say? Was the first movie to film a full functioning toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That was not allowed back then, folks. You could not show a full functioning. That was the first film to show a full functioning toilet, and they used in the shower scene
humorous
chocolate milk to show the blood in the black and white. They tried many different substances. Hitchcock was not happy with it. Ow! There goes my knee again. Sorry, folks. Moved the wrong way. And the thing that looked the best on screen was chocolate milk, but we're going to get into that later. We're not going to give any more to that.
That's right. You're done.
Deranged. 1974, folks. Director was Jeff Gillen. Alan Ormsby. Let's see. Oh, the great Robert Blossom played Ezra Cobb, a.k.a. Ed Gein, in the film. Now, we all know Robert Blossom had gone on to play many different roles. One of the roles, he was the painter in the Escape from Alcatraz.
Such a good movie.
Clint Eastwood film.
Great movie.
Yes, great film. Not a horror movie, but I have it. It's over there somewhere.
I really do.
Of course, we just covered the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No need to explain that, folks.
Nope.
Silence of the Lambs, 1991, director Jonathan Demme. Ted Levine played the role of Wild Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill. Damn it, I even wrote Wild Bill on the damn.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
Buffalo Bill. Fuck, I keep saying, sorry, folks. Excuse me, my distinguished colleague over here. That's why I have him on the show to correct me. Yes, Buffalo Bill. The Buffalo Bill role was based on Ed Gein. Not Hannibal Lecter, not the rest of the Buffalo Bill character was based on, what size are you? You know what I mean?
11 and a half.
But if you look to it though, it had a Ted Bundy elements.
Yeah.
The broken arm. I'm trying to move this into the van. Could you help me?
Yeah.
Straight out of the Ted Bundy playbook.
Right.
The case where he was at the lake. And he said, I have a boat. Could you help me load the boat? I have a broken arm.
Right.
And when he lured the girl into the Volkswagen Beetle.
Right.
We'll get on to that at a different time, folks.
Oh, shit.
But same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a little bit of Ed Gein, a little bit of Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
But the Buffalo Bill character, yes, was definitely taken. I keep saying Wild Bill. For fuck, it's a Wild Bill Hickok. Whoa. I keep saying. And
Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum-bum.
yes, I know, and you know, I mean, we talk about all this, and we, you know, talk about this, that, and the other, and I mean, really, in reality, you know, there are some times that we mention a certain person, you know, when we talk about Hitchcock, or we talk about, you know, other, you know, where'd it go? Oh, it's not going to do it. I was trying to do something funny here, and it's not going to work in my favor. It might just work in my favor.
Give him 10 minutes.
Folks,
We bring you a musical interlude.
we give you a brief intermission. Okay,
Moving on.
moving on. Sorry, folks. I know you probably were not expecting that in the middle of a Ed Gein episode.
But that's what keeps you on your toes.
But it was just one of them things that just had to be done.
ADHD.
But going back to the Gein case, all Ed knew was his mother when she had passed away. That's all he knew. His brother was gone. His father was gone. He's out in the middle of nowhere. He wasn't really allowed to go anywhere, and we're going to get on that, on what the Netflix series got wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So she got into his head.
Understatement.
Like we said before, all women were filthy harlots. They were all whores. You stay away from them. Very domineering mother.
Syphilis, gonorrhea. Oh,
But a very loving mother.
Oh, yeah, loved him
Okay,
in her
at
own
the
way.
same time. When she passed away, folks, Ed spiraled.
Yeah, that's what broke him.
He spiraled. Now, the diagnosis at the very end was schizophrenic, but I don't know.
No, I can't.
Okay. If you think about it for the time, folks, back then, he was told to stay away from all of these things. Now, he had his fantasies like all young boys had.
Of course.
Okay. His mother passes away. This devastates him greatly. His mother was all he knew. She's now gone. Ed has nobody to lean on. He's at that farmhouse now all by himself in the privacy of his own farmhouse, miles away from anybody. Folks, if you look at the property, even to this day, there is nobody around.
Sounds heavenly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But for Ed,
Quite the opposite.
this was his spiral, because now all the fantasies and all the things that he thought about before, he can act out on because he's got no one to stop him.
Right.
So he's got all of these things he's always wondered about. Are women actually filthy harlots? Are women? I want to know more about women. I want to know. I was always told to stay away from them.
Right.
His mother passes away. They bury her. Plainfield Cemetery. Ed, he's kind of, he doesn't know what to do, man.
He doesn't know how to take it.
He was really getting into stories, and back then they had magazines and stories of true crime. True Detective was one of those, and they gave graphic pictures of different crimes, stories of headhunters, a lot of things of World War II, a lot of Nazi stuff and things were in the press at the time that Ed was just soaking up, because now his mother wasn't there to tell him that he couldn't read it. He kind of wanted sort of to read it when he was growing up, but if he got found with it, he would be severely punished. Well, now, folks, that is gone.
Yep.
He can read and look at whatever the hell he wants, and his mind is now just racing.
Oh yeah, overstimulated like
with
a motherfucker.
possibilities, absolutely, of the things that he was told not to do. Now, holy shit, no one's around. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I can do what I want to do, and no one is there to stop me. So what does he do, folks? It starts digging up graves. He starts digging up graves. He starts off with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He loved his mother so much he could not bear to be without her. He dug her up.
Hello, mother.
He dug her up, put him in his house. That spiraled again. He would read the obituaries in the paper. People who were recently passed away, he would go and dig up. Especially people that he knew in town that reminded him of his mother. Folks, this was a very, very, very small community. Everybody knew who Ed was. Everybody knew who Ed was. The sheriff knew who he was. The sheriff's son. Everybody knew. Bernice Ward knew. Mary Hogan. Everybody knew who he was. A lot of people said he was odd. He was kind of different. But he was quiet, didn't bother anybody. Some people, like Bernice Warden's relatives, really did not care for Ed because they always thought there's something up with this guy. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like him. Folks, you and I have all been there. There's always been that one person, be it at work, social gatherings, whatever the case may be. I just don't like this dude. Or woman, whatever. I get, well, why? I don't know. He just gives a bad vibe to me.
Yeah.
I just don't like him. Same thing here. Ed came off as an odd guy. He lived out in that farmhouse all by himself. Rarely seen in town. He frequented the hardware store. He had a fascination with Bernice Warden. Why? She reminded him of his mother. Now, Mary Hogan was a different story. We'll get on that later.
Mm-hmm.
Bernice Warden reminded him of his mother in a lot of ways. So he was kind of fascinated with her. So when he'd go in the store, he'd kind of stand there and he'd kind of stare at her and he'd talk to her. So her son was in there and I don't like the way he looks at you.
Right.
He just looks at you funny. Ed always had a fascination with hunting. He had a fascination with hunting rifles. At the time, the hardware stores carried hunting rifles. And Ed would, from time to time, ask to see one. No one ever thought about it. Of course, Bernice Warden didn't. But before we get into that, let us back up a little bit to the Mary Hogan case. Now, Mary Hogan was a bar owner. She was a bar owner. She owned a bar. Ed could frequent this bar now that his mother was gone. Now, Ed was not a drinker.
Nope.
He was not a drinker. He was not an alcoholic. He was not a drug addict. He was nothing of that, folks. He did not partake in. And if he did have a few drinks, it probably would not take him very much to completely knock him on the floor.
Nope.
Now, you notice I have no notes here.
Right. Yeah.
I followed Ed for a long time, folks. Don't look up Wikipedia because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Go to your sources, the actual case files of this, and you will see that what I am telling you, I may be off on like some numbers or some, but we're moving on. Ed would frequent the bar from time to time, and of course, Mary Hogan would act up with the patrons because that's what she did. Folks, if any of us have been to a bar, we see the bartender that knows everybody in a very small town. She acts up with the patrons because it's fun. Everybody's getting drunk. Hell, she gets tips.
Yeah.
That's what they work off of. They get tips. So, of course, Mary Hogan's acting up with the bar, the bar people, and they're talking dirty, and she's talking dirty back and all this. Of course, Ed would sit there and watch. Well, of course, in Ed's mind, what did his mother teach him?
Women are whores.
All women are whores. He's seeing this. He has a fascination with Mary Hogan, but at the same time, he's seeing her thinking, you're not acting like a woman.
Right.
I like you, but you're doing what my mom said was wrong.
Right.
Now, Ed, being the kind fellow that he was, no one ever bothered with him. He sat at the bar, he sat by himself, and everybody just kind of ignored him. He sat in the background. Well, that was his first victim, folks, was Miss Mary Hogan. His first victim. Now, everybody calls Ed a serial killer. Now,
yeah.
We here at the Horror Experience disagree.
Okay,
I don't know what the FBI, I think they said at one time it was 3. They bumped it down to 2. I don't know. My wife knows people that she worked with, former FBI agents. My distinguished colleague. Does that get the horn of approval or no?
That gets the fear of approval. Jesus.
But either way, folks, everybody's going to tell you that Ed Gein killed all these people. Folks, he killed 2 people.
Yeah.
2.
He only killed 2.
That's just what I just said.
But he buried women about 40 times.
Do you want the microphone?
No.
Do you want to? Folks, disregard what you just heard. I am telling you the story. He only killed 2 people. We already mentioned that. The majority of the stuff that they found in that farmhouse that we are about to cover were from dug up graves. We didn't even get to Bernice Warden yet. The wife just wants to jump ahead like she's the expert. I beg your pardon.
Love you.
Speak out of line again, and you shall get the hose again. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
No, Big Jim, I will not put the lotion on the
Oh,
skin.
she was sizing you up for some chloroform, son. I'm gonna tell
She
you
can
what.
try all she
And
want
you know
to.
what? At that point,
No.
there would have been nothing I could do. I'm sorry.
You would have been laughing your ass off. You wouldn't have done a damn thing. Like, well, there he goes.
You know what? Yes, exactly. I can see it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show where our distinguished colleague is now in a pit. He has been chloroformed and he is now about to have to put the lotion on its skin.
Fuck your lotion, bitch.
As we sit and watch.
Get me out of this damn hole.
This is quite disturbing. Oh, there she goes with the lotion and now. Oh,
cold
my
water! You harlot!
Okay, folks. Sorry about that. Let's get down to business.
Huh, yeah. Taking care of business.
You know, here on the Horror Experience, we have to have fun a little bit of the time. But yes, after that had happened, now you also have to keep in mind the fact that there were the locals, like the parents and the kids, that would come over to Ed's house. That's right, folks. There were kids that came to Ed's house.
That's wild.
That he would like invite
Holy
them in
shit.
and just hang out with them because Ed was Ed. Look, folks, you look at Ted Bundy, you look at Jeffrey Dahmer, and you look at John Wayne Gacy and all these people that were, yes, they had intentions. Ed had no intentions, folks. Listen. Yes, he was a little odd, but he enjoyed the company. He did not invite the kids and let the kids come in for some perversion.
No, he was
for
slow.
some reason. He was just, yeah, cool. You don't come over to the house, and he would show them the skulls he had on his bedpost and everything, because in Ed's mind,
It was normal.
that was kind of normal. The kids didn't see it that way. Ed saw it that, it's, so they kind of freaked out. But at that was different times. They really didn't say anything, and if they did say anything, the parents blew it off.
Yeah, because they were just kids with wild imaginations.
Oh, that's just Ed. Everybody thinks it's a little bit odd. It's no problem. And here it goes again, folks. He would make jokes. He knew the sheriff. He knew everybody in that town would try to, Ed, you need to find a girlfriend. You need a woman in your life. That'll help you. No, I don't know. I think I'll do okay. Oh, I don't know. So no one thought anything of it. He's just a little odd. He told jokes.
Right.
Everybody said, well, did you hear about the case of Mary Hogan? Did you hear about the case of Bernice Warden? And Gein would literally, folks, he would make jokes. Oh, yeah, she's been hanging out in my barn for like a week. Literally, she's hanging in his barn.
Upside down.
Well, Bernice was, not Mary. Mary was done for. We're going to get on Bernice here in a minute, but he would make jokes like that, folks, and people would just laugh and shrug it off as Ed's just being weird again.
Yeah. Just Ed being Ed.
Seriously. The whole time, folks. He's killing people. Only 2. The next victim was Bernice Warden, like we said before. She reminded him a lot of his mother, and a lot of the people that he dug up would in some way, shape, or form resemble his mother. Bernice Warden, no exception. What got Gein caught was this. Antifreeze. That's what got Ed caught. It was around hunting season. Ed had mentioned he frequented the hard store hardware store quite a bit. Of course, again, that's why Bernice's son really didn't care for him, because he thought he was odd, especially the way that he looked at his mom. Ed had made a comment, I need to come in for some antifreeze for his truck or his car. They always said it was a truck, but come to find out it was a car. Went on tour for a long time. I wish to God I knew where it was now.
Right.
But that morning he went into the hardware store. Mrs. Warden knew he was coming, had already made out a receipt. Ed didn't know of this. She goes back to do her thing. Before he did that, Ed asked to see one of the rifles that he had been eyeballing in the shop for a while. He asked, could I see one of the rifles? She took it down for him. She gave it to him. While he was kind of looking at the rifle, she went into the back to back then, folks, you did not get jugs of antifreeze like you do now. They would literally like put it in like a mason jar for you. They would pump. They would, companies would bring them next month and they would like pump this in and they would give you like in a mason. It wasn't like it is now.
Right.
While she's doing this, Ed had one single bullet in his pocket for this specific rifle. He knew what he was going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Took the bullet out, locked and loaded. Bernice Warden came out. He shot her in the head. Drug her out back. Put her in his car. Took the cash register. Okay.
Right.
Try to make it look as a robbery. Drove her to the house. Now, in this little bit of time, of course, the hardware store is now more or less kind of closed. Son goes by. What in the heck is going on? Finds the store empty. Oh, shit. Register's gone. What in the hell? Looks, and there's blood drag marks from behind the counter to the back. There's a back door of the store. Oh, shit, this was a robbery. But then he sees a receipt for antifreeze written to a Mr. Ed Gein. Fuck, I knew there was something up with this guy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he goes and fetches the sheriff and everybody else. The whole time, Ed's out doing something. So they go and fetch the sheriff and everything. This is what's going on. I suspect Ed. There's a receipt written, da-da-da-da. So, okay, we're going to go talk to Ed. Ed's not at the farmhouse at the time. Okay, so they roll up to his farmhouse. They go in to knock on the door.
Who is it?
Ed's not there. So they're going to enter. Now, folks, again, this is different times. You didn't have search warrants and SWAT and all this other shit.
Nope.
Everybody knew everybody, so let's go around and let's knock on doors and let's open doors. And let's see different times, folks. They go around to where the shed was, adjacent to the summer kitchen. Now, Ed only lived in one part of the house. We're going to get into that in a minute. This was a big farmhouse, but folks, he only lived in one part of the house. One part. Which was in, shambles, ruins, if you will. We'll get into that in a minute. They go into this part of the house, and there are people going into the front. The guy goes into the room. This shed, which butts up to the house. He's going through there, looking for an entrance to the house, bumps into something. Not 100% sure what this is, turns his flashlight on, turns around. Folks, he heard a scream only to figure out that it was his own scream that he heard when his flashlight hit it. The decapitated body of Bernice Warden hung upside down like you would a deer. For those of you who hunt or do not hunt, you hang a deer upside down, you gut it down the middle, you let everything fall out, you clean it all out. That's how you clean up the meat you decapitate. Same thing here. She was dressed and gutted just like a deer, the body of Bernice Warden. The jig is up, folks.
Oh yeah, it's more than up.
Now we're already going to look into the house. Now Ed, being who he was, Ed comes up to the house. They go in. Well, actually, I don't think he did not come up to the house. I'm sorry, that's where Netflix got it wrong. They went. They knew where he was. They went and they found him, and they arrested him. They took him back to the house. Ed was more worried about himself being labeled a robber because of the cash register
Right.
than he was everything else in the house. He did not know any better. He did not know any better, folks. This is what they found. You can look this case up at any time you want and see the actual pictures. Severed heads. He lived in, before I get into what they found, he pretty much boarded up all of the house, especially his mother's room. Okay. He shut off his mother's room and kept it the exact way that she had left it in what Ed called apple pie order. This room was off limits. The rest of the farm was off limits. He had pretty much, sorry folks, the little kraken back there is playing, and the wife has bought her some murder toys. They're like these little stuffed meat cleavers and butcher knives, and like encourage it. You know, just encourage our murderer, why don't you? And she just absolutely loves it and kicks the hell out of him. But anyway. What an appropriate
Yeah.
for this podcast. Where was I? Oh,
Yeah, in the house. Everything boarded up.
they found 6 or 7 death masks. Folks, these were the faces of people. Yes, that is true. They found a full skin suit. They found furniture made of human skin and bone. They found a coffee can with human skin over it that Ed would use as a tambourine. They found a belt made of human nipples. They found a collection of vulvas that were nailed to a board and spray painted with little bows on them. Chewing gum they had found. They found the head of, I think, Bernice Warden in a burlap sack. That when they opened it up, steam had come out of it. Folks, if that tells you anything about how fresh that kill was.
Yeah.
Of course, from Wisconsin, at that time, it was very, very, very cold. Chairs made out of human skin. So what you see, that's where it ties into Chainsaw, folks. The furniture, the death masks. All of that stuff were found in Gein's home. He had boarded himself up to where he lived in a very small part of that house, and it was in fucking shambles. I mean, it was a mess, a wreck. He lived literally in one part of the house. He had the entire farmhouse to live, but he decided to board himself and live in one part of the house. Folks, that shows you mentally he was gone.
Yeah.
With the passing of his mother. No, there was not a chainsaw. It was not a family. And, of course, like we said, it happened in Plainfield, Wisconsin. So the people that are going to say that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yes, was actually real, no, it was not, folks. And we have said this on our last episode. Listen to it if you haven't.
Right.
We have also said it on prior episodes.
Yes, we have.
If you want to argue that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was true, I give to you. The original family was the Sawyers. The remake, it was the Hewitts. End of discussion. Moving on. Psycho, of course, the Norman Bates character.
Yes.
Loved his mother. Mother had passed away, kind of kept her around, took on the persona of his mother.
Yeah.
Ed, and that brings me to the title of that one film, the most accurate film that came out in 2000. And you may have wondered why this was the original title, and of course they changed it to Ed Gein. If you find it on eBay now, it is called Ed Gein. The original title of that film was In the Light of the Moon, and I will tell you why. The full skin suit that they found. Ed was very fascinated with the anatomy of women. He was kind of curious about coming to that himself, but he was not interested in a sex change. Now, you think about it back then, folks, different times. Way different times.
Oh, yeah.
So what did he do? He took a body out of a grave, he skinned it, and he made a skin suit out of it to replicate a woman. The movie that was Ed Gein, In the Light of the Moon. Reason it was called that, one of the things that Ed liked to do, his favorite thing to do, was put that skin suit on. On a night when the moon was full and it was shining brightly and it lit up everything in rural Wisconsin, go outside of the house with that skin suit on, dance around in the moonlight while beating on that little tom he had with human skin on it. Folks, I shit you not, look it up. It's in literature. It's in this movie, the 2000 film. They portrayed it. They haven't portrayed that in any other damn films. They portrayed it in this film. That was accurate.
I wonder if they used that in another Hannibal film that they did.
That was one of the things that Ed liked to do.
Because in Red Dragon, my man would go out in the full moon covered in blood because the blood looked black. And he would go out nude, covered in blood from his victims, and stand under the moon.
Could have been loosely based.
That's what I'm saying.
on it.
That's what I
Could have
figured. It could have been loosely based.
Yeah, that's where the idea came from.
Yeah.
Folks, they locked Ed up, of course. And he was not mentally fit to stand trial at the time, so they locked him up in a mental institution. They gave him, many years later, retried him. He still didn't understand it. The one thing that he was worried about most, folks, is stealing that cash register. He did not want people to think that he was a robber or a thief. But mention the bodies, he didn't get it. He did not understand it. He was only worried about the cash register.
Because that's what he knew was actually wrong.
Yes. So to him, killing the women was the right thing to do. Is what his mother wanted.
I'm about to say, because that's what his mother would have
Robbing
said.
the graves is what reminded me of my mother. Now, here we go to the bullshit Netflix series. Now, he died in the 80s, respiratory failure. He was the model patient. He liked to put together puzzles. He was saving some, and they would give them little jobs to do, and he could gain a little bit of money. That he was saving his money for a trip around the world one day when he got released. But unfortunately, folks, he died in the late 80s. He didn't get to have that luxury. This is where the chopping block begins.
Woo.
The Netflix series was complete bullshit. First off, who played him? Charlie Hunnam? Hunnam?
I
How did
can't
you say his
recall
last
right
name?
now.
Sons of Anarchy guy. The guy's a good actor. Okay, I give you that. He's in the new Lizzie Borden series.
Hi.
I've seen him. Yeah. Well, of course, they're going to cast him. His voice, if you have, or those of you who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Those who have not seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. That went my knee again. I don't know where he got the inspiration for Ed's voice. That is not the way Ed sounds.
Right.
What? What? What the? Ed did not have a girlfriend.
Nope.
He didn't go roller skating. And I'm going to tell you, folks, right now, and I knew it, the second they released the damn poster for that series of him holding that chainsaw, what did I tell you, my distinguished colleague? They better not fucking do it. They better not do it. And what did they do?
Oh, they did it. They let him
Chasing two people on his property with a chainsaw, and he killed them both. Folks, that is false.
Understatement.
He never, ever used a chainsaw. They didn't even find one in his house, folks. That house was going to go up for an auction. Somebody in town, yes, they said this could be a money maker. They were going to give things up for auction of the Ed Gein house. The car went on tour of county fairs, state fairs. Come see the Ghoul of Plainfield's car that transported the bodies. They were going to auction off stuff in the house. That house mysteriously burnt to the fucking ground before that auction could happen. Now, that was local people.
Mm-hmm.
That was local people, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay? There's some facts to that in the Netflix film, but look. The
Kraken.
Yes, the Kraken is where she is not supposed to be. That is, he never, ever used a fucking saw, folks. That was never found. That's bullshit. The whole thing of communicating with serial killers and everybody else doing this, that, and the other, him having a fucking radio thing in his room and commuting, all bullshit.
Yeah.
He lived a very quiet life in his final days, folks. Netflix had to fucking make up a bunch of fucking shit to make a damn series.
Oh, yeah.
And that series is not fucking accurate. It is not. I don't know how in the hell he got the inspiration for his voice. Ed did not sound like that, folks. May I recommend to you? There is a documentary out. If I am not mistaken, I'm going to get the exact title for you right now. The wife is not over here to look it up. She is too busy dealing with the heathens that run this household. Let's see. I'm going to look this up right now. There is a documentary out. Not the shark. What the fuck? That I honestly, I was excited when this first came out. Because I have followed Ed for a very, 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 very long time since high school. I think I mentioned in an earlier episode, I did a report on him.
Yep.
People who had inspired your life. I did Ed Gein. It was just this past year, folks. They released a documentary, and I heard his voice for the first time. And I think all of us who had that particular platform heard his voice for the first time. If you have a chance to catch this, it is called Psycho, The Lost Tapes of Ed Gein. It is a four-part true crime series, docu-series, that premiered on MGM Plus on September 17th, 2023. Folks, it's on MGM Plus. YouTube, Fubo, Sling, Amazon, YouTube, TV, Philo, blah, 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 with all the subscriptions. But if you get a chance to see it, it's called Psycho, The Lost Tapes of Ed Gein. You will hear that man speak for the first time in the interviews when they arrested him and they had him at the jail after they found all the bodies. There were the 2 bodies and then all the rest of the stuff, all the bones, the damn skulls and shit. They found skulls that were fabricated into bowls.
Yeah.
Folks, that he would eat out of. So what you saw in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the house with the bone furniture and all that, that's where they got that from.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho, taxidermy, the love for his mother.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Wild Bill. Buffalo Bill. Fucking come, I still say Wild Bill. Buffalo Bill. I'll get it right one of these days, folks. I'm sorry. Same thing. Skin.
Yeah.
What size are you?
About a size 13.
Yeah. But the same thing of that, they also put that Ted Bundy element in there. He had that arm in the cast. Hey, I'm having trouble doing it. But still, the skin. Bill, what did it say? Buffalo, or Bill skins fifth?
Yeah.
Or whatever in the news.
Bill skins fifth.
So she's skinning people. The Ed Gein. Ed Gein was a very, very unique case. But I don't think people really understood who he was back then. The doctors all diagnosed him with, I think, paranoid schizophrenia. And of course, the medications were limited. They're not like a damn dime a dozen like it is today. Fuck, every time you turn on the TV, there's a new fucking pill out that causes
diarrhea,
cures
nausea.
something. But yeah, the damn side effects are 10 times worse than what you're trying to fucking cure.
Death.
But Ed, here's the whole thing, folks. He was a model patient. He bothered no one. He stayed to himself. He loved to put together puzzles. What little bit of work he did, what teeny little bit of money they may have earned, he was saving. I want to take a trip around the world, folks. Ed didn't understand.
Right, he didn't have
that
structure.
He had done wrong. The only thing that he knew in his mind that he had done wrong was still that cash register.
Right.
To him, to what his mom put in his head,
He was doing the Lord's work.
he did the right thing. But the Netflix series got it all fucking wrong. Oh, he had a girlfriend. He went to the skating rink with her. He did this. Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. That never. Netflix made up a bunch of bullshit to drag that series out.
Literally.
The story we just told you, the actual true crime story that I just got done telling you folks, that is the true story. He lived by himself in that farmhouse in the middle of fucking nowhere, and that's where
It all began.
the Slayer song, Dead Skin Mask, off of Seasons of the Abyss, Seasons of the Abyss. The song Dead Skin Mask, one line of that song describes Ed perfectly. In the mind of in the depths of a mind insane, fantasy and reality are all the same.
Yeah.
That hits the nail on the head. Folks, he didn't know any better. To him, what we think is insane, he thought was sane.
Right.
That was the way he was brought up. Different times, folks. We look at cases now. Then you got all these psychiatrists. You got 4 or 5 psychiatrists coming in, giving their witness testimony. Well, I thought he was insane, and well, we gave him this medicine, and he could have had this side effect, and da 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 da. Ed didn't have that. Is there a problem?
Yeah, when your cancer shit.
Huh?
When your cancer shit.
Oh, and I see. Mila is now scratching in the. Yeah, I think one of the cats just took a massive one. I did not understand. I did not catch a whiff of. Folks, I am sitting here by the fan. It is blowing it from out underneath my nose, so I do not smell a thing. I will let the wife take it. Moving on. Netflix, I guess, had to drag this out. And I was scared. I was both excited and scared at the same time when they announced it.
Right.
They had done well with Menendez. They had done well with Dahmer. But Ed, I knew there's not a whole hell of a lot. Like, we knew there, I don't remember how many episodes we were going to get. And I'm like, shit, how are they going to drag? Oh, God, I hope they don't. And then they showed that poster of Charlie Hunan, whatever his name is, holding the chainsaw. Motherfucker, they better not.
Right.
And what did they do?
They gave
put
it to
the
him.
fucking chainsaw in it, and he runs these 2 guys down on his property and kills them with bullshit. Folks, that never happened. It never. He killed 2 people. Bernice Warden and Mary Hogan. That is it. He never killed anyone else. The bodies, other bodies that he had found, that the bones and everything else they had found in the house were from the graves that he robbed. Fact. Fact, fact, fact. Look it up and read it. Netflix, bullshit.
Do your homework, damn it.
It's bullshit. The Netflix series was absolutely fucking horrible. Now, I can only imagine what they're going to do with this Lizzie Borden one that's coming out in September. It's coming up next month.
Right.
She killed her parents with an axe. Okay.
End of story.
So how in the hell are you going to drag that out? I've seen the trailer, folks, and to be honest with you, I didn't even watch all the trailer because this is going to be a long, drawn-out story. I saw what they did with Ed Gein. I saw the bullshit. That 7 out of 10 fucking shit that was bullshit. They're going to do the same thing with Lizzie Borden. They're going to put a bunch of bullshit out. Listen, I get it. When you do a movie, okay, Deranged, I get it. Chainsaw, I get it. Psycho, I get it. Okay? These are movies that are not Ed Gein.
Right.
They have elements of him. They were, let's take the Ed Gein story and kind of run with it. An actual true crime film that would be based on the actual case needs to be accurate.
Right. That's definitely.
For people to learn about it. Not a bunch of bullshit So people go around, and just like it is with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what happened was true. Then they come out with the documentary, or I'm sorry, not the documentary, the remake that had the actual black, and that's where it started. It was when they did that fucking remake, and they did that black and white found footage at the very beginning. This is the last known footage of Tommy Hewitt, the man known as Leatherface, and then everybody fucking bought it. No, 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 no. That's not true. Family, listen up. Original Family, The Sawyer. Remake, Hewitt. End of discussion. Same thing here. But Netflix decides to take it to a different level, and they put all of this shit in the movie. They took elements of all the shit it was based on and put it into this true story. No, folks, if I get a true crime story, if I want to learn about Ed Gein, Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, Charles Manson, whatever the case may be, I would like an accurate film about the actual case.
Right.
I don't want made up bullshit. That's for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, Silence of the Lambs. That's for those movies. If you're going to do a movie about Ed, make it accurate. If you're going to do a series about Ed, make it accurate. Don't give us a bunch of bullshit like Netflix did.
Yeah.
Keep it accurate. And that's another thing that we would like to push for, folks. Get off the subject for a split second. They're doing this monster series. They're getting ready to do Lizzie Borden. I'm really not. That's going to be boring as shit. And that God knows what they're going to make up. But do your homework, folks. Do your homework. Listen, if you are a true crime fan, if you want to get into the actual cases, don't just watch these movies and draw your conclusions. Dig into the case.
Right.
Look at actual files. Look at the actual stories, not the bullshit that Hollywood is giving you, because it's not accurate. Like I said, the most accurate, and it's still not 100%, but it's 97, probably 98% accurate, is In the Light of the Moon, the one that came out in 2000. It's called Ed Gein now. You can find it on eBay. That's the most accurate. And it begins and ends with the actual black and white footage. Or, like I told you before, just a little while ago, the Psycho, the lost tapes, the Ed Gein thing. You actually hear him speak, folks, when they interviewed him after they arrested him, what they found in his farmhouse. That is the interviews when he was sitting in that jail cell. And you hear him speak. Now, I will warn you, you're not going to learn anything extravagant. It kind of repeats itself. But to hear the man talk, to me, I never knew what he sounded like. So it was, to me, it was, holy shit, that's him.
Right.
Holy shit, that's him talking. Now, where in the hell Charlie came up with the idea? Hey, he talk like this. He talk like, you saw it.
Yeah, it was
Where
dumb.
in the fuck did Ed didn't sound like that, folks? The Ed Gein series, he did not sound anything like that. Look, do your homework. Watch the lost tapes, what I just told you about, and then compare it to what Charlie did in the Ed Gein. I don't know how in the hell he got that. Where he referenced, I don't. Ed didn't sound anything like it. That's another thing that got it wrong. Ed didn't. That was not his voice. It didn't sound anything like it. And then his whole thing, he's putting on his mom's clothes and he's beating off it again. Folks, that did not happen. What'd she do?
She got a sponge from the sink.
Oh, shit. Folks, how far are we into this one? We are an hour and we're pulling up on 2 hours. Folks, look. If you want accuracy, I say watch documentaries.
Oh,
be
yes.
careful, because a lot of documentaries are one-sided. The movies that we mentioned are all very good. Well, with the exception of The Butcher of Plainfield. Again, folks, I love Kane Hodder. I met him. I mean, we all love Kane Hodder.
Yes.
Jason Voorhees. But, folks, I think we have another like on our page because my phone keeps. I'm sorry about the noise. If you keep hearing the bling, someone keeps liking our post, which is great. Hey,
That's right. Thank you.
absolutely keep liking our post. Keep that, ladies and gentlemen, the horn of approval. We thank you very much. Let's see, who was that? Heidi Barker. Hey, Heidi Barker likes our reel. Thank you very much.
Yes,
You
thank
got
you.
the horn of approval. But yes, the Deranged, classic film.
Yes.
Absolutely classic film. Of course, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can't get any better than the Chainsaw Massacre. We just covered that one. Today's the anniversary of the second one. You definitely got to check that out. We will be covering that one.
Yes.
We'll be covering the other Chainsaw films. But if you would like the most accurate film, if you can get your hands on it, is In the Light of the Moon. But titled now, it is Ed Gein. You can look up In the Light of the Moon. Just make sure it is Ed Gein. It was made in 2000. And the man that played Ed Gein, let's see, I know I had that written down, was Steve Railsback. Now, you all know he's been in other movies besides that. But that is the most accurate one. Folks, just be careful what you read into. Do not watch this Netflix series and look at it as fact, because it is false.
Correct.
It is I was looking forward to it. I was nervous. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
That whole like I said before, that whole thing where he was fucking got this radio thing and he's talking to folks, he did not do that. That did not happen. He didn't correspond with other killers. That did not happen. Of course, there may have been killers that looked up to him because they heard of the case. But there was no damn little transmitter and he was communicating with Richard Speck and all these. No bullshit. No. Didn't happen, folks. It didn't happen. Netflix made a bunch of shit up just to make a damn series. Ed was kind of a sad story. Ed really didn't ask for the life that he had. Ed didn't really know any better. You talk about PTSD, you talk about depression and everything else these days. But you look back at that particular time, and Ed, his family was everything he had. He didn't have friends. He didn't go out. He didn't mingle. Like Netflix said, oh, you had a girlfriend and you went out and did roller skating. Bullshit. Bullshit. That shit never fucking happened. Never. Ed stayed to himself. That's why everybody thought he was odd. Stayed to himself in that farmhouse in rural Wisconsin, out in the middle of damn nowhere at the time. Which that property's still pretty kind of rural in a way.
Right.
But Plainfield, Wisconsin at that time didn't have a lot of people. And to this day, he's buried in Plainfield Cemetery next to his mother, Augusta Gein. There's no headstone because people were stealing it or vandalizing it. So that headstone is now locked up. What, it's like in a museum somewhere in the area or something, I think.
So,
You can see his headstone, but it had to be locked up somewhere because people kept stealing it or vandalizing it. But he is. If you go to Plainfield Cemetery, there is a empty space.
no, it's just placed in storage.
It's placed in storage. We don't know where. There.
He is placed between his mom and his brother.
He is between his mom and his brother, so there will be a blank space. That's where Ed's tombstone was. Now, I do know someone. If anybody knows of the band Anti-Scene, the great Jeff Clayton, ladies and gentlemen, back when he used to have Repo Cheapo in Charlotte. Repo Cheapo you still have Repo Records on Commonwealth Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina. I highly recommend you go and see that place. Boy, is that a time capsule. He used to have Repo Cheapo. And when you walked in, he had this little board that had pictures of the tour. When they would go on tour, they would take random pictures. And he had a picture, I will never forget it, laying on Ed's grave.
Damn.
With his arms crossed and Ed Gein's tombstone over top of his head. I said, no, you didn't, you motherfucker.
That's cool as fuck.
Folks, the cats are getting into shit they're not supposed to. But anyway, yes, you can go and visit. Now, you can also go and visit the jail that he was locked up. And of course, they say they have this, that, and the other. I don't know how accurate that is, folks. I don't know what they found. Look, as far as I know, that house was burnt to the ground. I don't know what survived and what didn't. I wasn't there. Anybody could fucking take a knife and spray salt water on it and bury it, and it rust, and they say, this is Ed Gein's knife. Zach Baggins, however you want to say his name, from fucking Ghost Adventures, has Zach's, haunted museum in Vegas, supposedly has Ed Gein's cauldron. How in the fuck did you get that?
Right.
Like, seriously, how did you get that? Like, what authenticity can you give me that says that was actually in Ed's farmhouse? I don't know.
Right.
I'm sorry. I call bullshit. I watch Ghost Adventures, okay? I'm not saying that Zach's a bad guy. I will say Demon House was bullshit.
Yeah. Garbage.
Total fucking made up bullshit. But I doubt very seriously that cauldron came from fucking Ed's. I just, if it did, fucking A. Okay, great. How the fuck did you get it? How in the hell did you manage that?
Right.
But I seriously doubt it. Either way, folks, look. The Netflix series got it all wrong. If you are curious about the Ed Gein case, I recommend you do your research on it. There are books out there. I did not write any. I should have. I thought I did, but I didn't. There's a lot of good books that are based on the Gein case. There are documentaries. Of course, you got all the movies. I mean, shit, dude. He had movies based on him, or loosely based. Psycho is one of those series that we're going to be covering here.
Yep.
On the horror experience, and boy, we're going to be glorious.
Yeah, that one's going to be good.
But look it up. Read your books. Don't look too much into what you see on the internet, and sure as hell, whatever you do, please do not watch that damn Netflix series and draw your conclusions, because I'm telling you, it is false. They made up so much bullshit in that series. I honestly could not. I didn't really want to watch it till the end, but I had to just to see. And it was absolutely, it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. My colleague saw it. The same thing.
It was fucking stupid.
He wasn't as involved in the Gein case.
Right.
But you knew enough.
Yeah, I knew enough.
That you knew it was bullshit. And of
Yeah.
course, when we watched, I binge watched it, we saw each other that next day, and my face was,
Yeah.
no, that was bullshit. Every damn bit of that was bullshit.
I heard
Yeah, the wife didn't. She wanted to watch it, and I trashed it so bad she didn't even watch it. She still to this day hasn't watched it. And
Damn.
good, don't.
Right, yeah, don't.
Because I'm telling you, you're not going to watch it here. You can watch it if I'm at work. I don't want to be anywhere in the fucking room.
Yeah.
Because all
literally.
you're going to do is you're not going to be able to enjoy the series because you're going to hear me complain and yell the whole time. That's false. That's not accurate. That's bullshit. Fast forward that.
Yeah.
I used to like Ryan Murphy stuff,
Look, man,
but even the Lizzie Borden one has me confused. 'Cause I watched
Ryan
it-
Murphy, look, like I said, the Menendez bro, the first one he did on the Monster series, that was good. The Jeffrey Dahmer one, that was fucking good.
Yeah, it was.
He announced Ed Gein, and I thought, oh, okay, that's cool, but I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Because I knew what went into this case. There's really not a whole hell of a lot to tell. Like Lizzie Borden. We know his crimes. We know what he did. We know Lizzie Borden. We know her crimes. There's really not a whole lot beyond that.
Now, what gets me about the Lizzie Borden one that gets me confused is like Sarah Paulson is playing that one female silver.
Eileen Warnos.
Yeah. Like, what's she?
So she's playing Lizzie Borden as well.
No. Is she playing Lizzie Borden?
I don't know who's playing Lizzie. Folks, I don't really care about the Lizzie Borden. I'm probably not even going to watch it because I'll be honest with you, it's going to be boring as shit. And what they did with the Ed Gein case, they made up so much bullshit. I really don't want to watch it because I don't want my head filled with bullshit. This is an act. Look, we all know that the Lizzie Borden murders actually happened. That's a true fucking story. She killed her parents with a fucking axe.
Yeah.
I want to know the facts of that. I don't
Right.
want a bunch of made up bullshit.
Right.
Like, okay, if you were going to do a movie, shit. Let's see. Let me look over here on my Hatchet. Okay. Give me a fucking cool ass story of the dude that, the kids lit off the thing and the cabin was catching on fire. He threw a hatchet through the door and he put a hatchet in his son's face and he come a hatchet face over. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street. You dream and this guy and he was a child killer and the parents killed him and now if you dream he comes back. Okay. Fiction. Interesting tales. But when you get into, now maybe not everybody is the same. Maybe people just like a good story. Okay? I, for one, if it's true crime, Dahmer, Bundy, Manson, Gacy, Ramirez, the list goes on and on. And on and on and on. Trust me, folks, there are so many damn. You get the headlines of killers. There are so many killers out there that have done some fucking fucked up shit that you don't hear about, that don't get Netflix series, that don't get HBO Max or whatever the case may be. There's a lot, and again, we have said this before. We're not affiliated, but we're going to mention it again. True Crime Garage. They cover so many cases. The 500-pound serial killer.
That was a fucked up ass.
What a fucked up case. Again, something that you don't hear.
Right.
Robert Pickton. They've loosely done some shit on him, but not anything that's worth a shit.
Right.
When it comes to true crime, I want to hear the truth of it. I want to know what actually happened. I don't want a bunch of made up shit.
Right.
Because it says to me, if I didn't know anything about Ed Gein, oh shit, he really used to chainsaw. Oh shit, he really, no. No. If you want to put it in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fine. But if the actual Ed Gein case, don't do it. Leave it alone. Okay, I know it was based on Texas, but I don't mean you have to fucking people that don't know the case. You got to throw that shit. Look, folks, when it comes to true crime, keep it accurate. If you want to do fiction, Chainsaw, Silence of the Lambs, then whatever. True crime, if you're going to do it, Bundy, Gacy, Dahmer, keep it accurate. Just keep it accurate. And if you can't, then just don't do it. Like the Ed Gein, just don't do it. I can tell you what I would like to see. They're doing Lizzie Borden. I don't know why. It's probably going to be boring. I'm sure there's probably people out there that are looking forward to it. Hey, that's cool. I think it's going to be long, drawn out bullshit. What I don't understand, why there has not been more done on Richard Ramirez.
Seriously.
Why has there not been more movies on Richard Ramirez? I don't understand that. Fuck, dude, he was one of the worst damn killers in the 80s. You see it. Dad, gum, how many shit on Manson? Which Manson never killed anybody. It was his family. How many movies have we got on Ted Bundy? How many movies we got on Dahmer? How many movies we got on fucking Gacy?
Right.
There's fucking, I know of one of fucking Richard Ramirez that I have. It's called Night Stalker. Good movie, but the ending is false. That's not how he was caught at all. Why do we not have an accurate movie on Richard fucking Ramirez, man? Why is no one talking about Richard Ramirez?
I think that's the next one up.
You know what? Well, and that's what scares me. Because of the bullshit they did with Ed, are they going to add bullshit to Richard Ramirez? And by God, I followed that case too. I'm going to know. If they bullshit it, I'll know.
Right. Yeah.
If you're going to do a Ramirez case, if you're going to do the Monster series on Ramirez, yes. I'm all for it if it's done correctly. Just make it accurate. You don't have to add a bunch of shit. Ramirez has enough story behind it. You don't have to add anything. Like, Ed really didn't have a whole lot. He had enough.
Right.
Lizzie Borden, fuck, dude, that's really...
Lizzie Borden's been told
That's two or three shows done.
Right.
Ramirez, there's enough there for he did some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But don't bullshit anybody. Don't. Oh, he.
And she's back on the counter.
Sorry, folks. Yeah, she got soaked on that, and I hope I didn't soak anything else. I mean, anyway, folks, the cat was on the counter where she was not supposed to be. Anyway, how far are we into this one?
Almost 2 hours.
Holy shit on Ed Gein, folks. We're not going to keep you too much longer. I invite you to do your research on the Ed Gein case if you would like to. Just be careful what you read. Don't go on the internet and read a bunch of bullshit. Read actual books on the case itself. The Netflix series is loaded with a bunch of bullshit. So don't watch that Netflix series and trust me, just stay away from it. Look, if you want something fun to watch on a weekend and you ain't got nothing else better to watch, okay, go ahead and watch it. But I'm telling you, don't believe anything that's in that series because it is false. It is false. Either way, the Ed Gein case, Ed, I don't know if this will be popular or not. I really don't care. You gotta feel sorry for the man. He didn't know. All he knew was what his mother burned into his head.
Literally.
All he knew was his family. He did not have an outside life. He didn't go to drive-ins back then. He didn't go to movies. He didn't go on dates. He didn't go like the Netflix series said. No, he did not, folks. He was isolated in that farmhouse, and his mother led him to believe that everybody outside of there was bad, especially the women. Especially the women. That's all he knew. He didn't know any better. Driven into his head, isolation, everybody dies, he's there by himself. I'm a little bit curious about what she said was bad. I'm going to start reading into some true crime stuff and da-da-da. Now his mind starts racing. Now I want to know more. Now I want to experiment. And his head's already fucked up, so what's going to happen? He's going to fucking spiral, man.
Yeah.
Ed's really a sad case. A lot of people are probably going to frown upon it, whatever the case may be. But if you really look into it, Ed is a sad case. Now, Bundy, Gacy, all them motherfuckers were monsters, dude. They knew what they were fucking doing.
Oh, yeah.
They knew what they were doing. Gein?
He was a child.
He didn't know, man. He literally, he did not know isolation. In that part of Wisconsin at that time. He didn't know any better. But it is what it is. The Netflix series is bullshit. It gets put on the chopping block. No horn of approval for you.
Absolutely not.
Lizzie Borden is probably going to fucking suck as well. So, folks, if you want to watch that, you go right ahead. I, for one, will not be watching it.
No.
I will not be. No. Folks, I cannot express to you how excited I am that when we do the Burbs. Sardine.
Oh, it came with a frame.
A soldier's way saves the day.
You had that in your
trousers all day. Folks, oh my Lord, that is going to be such a great, and that is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
We get serious on some of these. Like I said, with Chainsaw, I may have got a little too into it and got a little too
rowdy.
Look, that's my passion. Okay, I'm very passionate about that film.
Right.
So, of course, I lost it a little bit. But shit, man. I mean, when you're passionate about shit, people fuck with it. You get pissed.
Yep.
But and we get. This episode, yes, we had like a little bit of humor in it, but this was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But like we have fun with a lot of stuff. The Burbs, that one, folks, is going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't know when we're going to do that one yet. We will keep you informed.
Yes.
I know the Labor Day weekend will be coming up, here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, like 2.
That Labor Day weekend, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be doing anything.
No.
As far as the podcast is concerned, we'll probably be, I don't know, wife and I are thinking about trying to get out of town if we can trust these cats not to destroy the entire fucking house while we're gone. Yeah, we got like a bunch of, she ordered a bunch of cameras. I'm probably going to be tasked with setting these up tomorrow. We had some before. Well, I had one before and it was like running hot, so I had to quit using it. But now she has replenished these with some new high-tech damn shit, and now I'm tasked with setting it all up, and we'll figure that out. But either way, we will keep you informed, folks. on what is going on and what is coming up. But we do, again, that we thank you. Oh, one more thing we do have to mention before we go. We'll let the intro music play in, folks. Our friends in Hawaii just got through one hurricane. They are getting ready to get hit with another storm.
Holy shit.
So, yes, we all mentioned Plankenstein last time, and our friends out there in Hawaii, we wish them the best again.
Yes.
So hopefully they'll make it through this.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's crazy. We heard that this morning. But either way, we're not sure. We're going to bring you the thing eventually, folks. I know we keep talking about it.
Yeah.
We are going to bring you the thing eventually. We're going to do it. We just don't know when. Either way, huh? Oh, that was a new one. Okay, folks. Thank you for listening.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Please continue to do so. Please feel free to leave a comment
Yes.
on this episode. Send us an email. Get in contact with us however you would like to, and we would be more than happy to reach back out to you as well.
Oh, yes.
If you have something we would like to view, or if you have a movie you would like for us to promote,
Right.
reach out to us.
That's right.
Hell, we're just an email or a message away.
That's correct.
But thank you again for all your support. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Please continue to do so. And folks, if you do not do anything else, please remember to be kind to animals, because we are the only voice they have.
Correct.
Thank you, and we will see you next time. Take care of yourselves.
Yes.